Hello everybody, my name is the Humble Gamer and welcome back to Yooka-Laylee. So, with this new episode, we begin with Kartos, which the last time I did a Kartos mission was with live commentary, obviously. This is the second Kartos mission in the game. So I actually get an opportunity to really reflect on how I feel about the Kartos missions, being that I'm post-commentating now, so I can actually watch and see it for myself. And you know what? I actually like these Kartos missions. I know a lot of people complained. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy them very much. I think people are a bit stupid, quite frankly. There's nothing hard about the Kartos missions. All the gems and the monsters are in the same place. They're not randomly generated tracks. They're all the exact same track with the exact same enemy placements and the exact same gem placements every single time. So it's just a memory game. That's all it is. It's not difficult. And I really, once you do, know where the gems are and know where the enemies are and everything, and you can beat the tracks, they're all pretty fun because, they're all set in their respective worlds. So, obviously, in this one, it's here, it's in Glitterglaze Glacier. So, I think one of the main reasons I like that, actually, is because of the fact it gives you, sort of this weird way of sort of exploring the world. Obviously, like you just saw behind me there were quills. So yeah, it gives you this sort of opportunity that you don't get with like anything else in the game to sort of explore the worlds in a unique way. And of course, every single time you have to collect more gems as well. So if I sound a little bit off today, it's because I already recorded commentary for this video. But it didn't come out properly, so this is my second time recording commentary for this video. I was super upset about that yesterday because I went on like this really amazing rant about something, and I'm gonna have to like try to reevaluate what it was I said and try to say it again with the same oomph as I did the previous time. But it's fine, it's fine. It's the reason this video is a day late as well, otherwise it would have gone up last night. So, but yeah, so the Kartos missions, I do like those. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I think they take you back to a time of Donkey Kong Country, and it's not the same, but it's close, I guess, is the best way of describing it. That's the best way I could describe it, at the very least, anyway. Oh, hold on. I got a burp coming. Oh, yeah, there we go. Rate my burp. Rate my burp. Thank goodness that's over. I was about to die of boredom. Yeah, that's what happens eventually when you keep fucking up on that stupid Kartos mission. I actually, I just remembered I said this in my previous attempt at the commentary for this video. I tried that Kartos mission about 4 or 5 times before I got the winning run that you just saw. So, yeah, it did take a little while. But you know what? Like I said, it's fun. It's fun to do. Because it's just a memory game. So, even being that the last time I played through this game and would have done that Kartos mission was like 4 months ago, all it takes is a little bit of practice, a couple of runs, and you'll get it. That's why I'm not worried now about the mini games later on that I was dreading playing earlier in the year, because they were just so difficult. Now that they've been sort of nerfed and fixed a little, I feel like those mini games are going to be a lot easier to do now. Like, we're talking less than an hour at most, just sort of going again and again with breaks in between, unless of course I just get it in like 2 or 3 tries, which would just be amazing. I will be cutting out failures for those as well, because I've come to the conclusion that nobody wants to fucking see failures anymore, right? It's boring unless the commentary fits with it, and my commentary style doesn't fit with failures. It really doesn't. If I fail, it's not funny. There's nothing to gain from that. It's just, yeah, you failed, great. Now it's just, I've wasted 2 or 3 minutes only to fail this mission, so I've got to do it again. That's basically just it with me. So I'm going to try not to keep too many failures. I don't mind keeping a few, but I'm not going to keep a majority of failures. So I actually, even though I recorded commentary for this yesterday, I only remember like one major thing that I do in this video at the end, compared to like this Kato's mission at the beginning. I'm not sure what the middle part has in it. This is one of the expanded areas here. Once you expand this world, this is one of the areas you unlock. So yeah, you unlock that door by sonaring all those statues. I don't know if that's even like, if it's possible to fail that room with all these statues in it. It's kind of, I don't know, it seems like a room that's just, you know, just sort of there to waste a bit of time. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about that. So that gives you a pagie, which is pretty fucking cool. Essentially, that pagie is your reward for beating that puzzle in the last room. So that's pretty good, I guess. You know, it makes it a bit obvious though, like when you get the expanded world and you've got these two major new areas you can go into, which are both in the castle. You know, this particular part of it, like, is really small. The castle itself is huge. It's like half of the level is inside the castle. You know, and I think we go inside it today, actually, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe that's the next episode, I'm not sure. But there is more in that room. Up where the quill was, you can't get there quite yet, but later on, we'll definitely be going there. So... yeah, I was watching back through one of my old, well, I was watching back through my first couple of Yooka-Laylee videos that I did back in April today, just to sort of, I wanted to remind myself of how excited I actually was when I started playing the game when it came out, you know, because I feel like reminding myself how I felt allows me to sort of bring those feelings back, because, you know, my feelings change very quickly, right? And I just generally don't know what's gonna happen from the one day to the next. So my feelings being like that, I have to constantly remind myself how I should feel about certain things. I know that sounds really, really strange, but you know, I get it. So, oh, this here, yeah, this was something I did, of course. This is really annoying, this. You've got to go from platform to platform, and the moment that Yooka-Laylee leave the platform, the next one along stops. And it's really annoying because, like, the quills aren't even where the platforms are, or even around the platforms. They're just in between. So you've got to try and fly into them, and then make your way to the next platform. And I kept falling off, so... I actually fall off here, I think, and I transition to back when I got up here. It's like a minute and a half for me to go from falling down here to getting all the way back up again. It's just so silly. But, you know, I guess that's fine, I suppose. Watching back through at least the very first episode of this series again, I was actually reminded of how excited I was for the general sort of collectathon aspect of this game. And it's actually reminded me, making this video now, to talk about that again, because now that I've played the game, I can actually talk about how I felt about the collectathon aspect of the game, which I felt was great. You know, I still think it's great. I think the many varying puzzles for the pages are fantastic. I would agree with many that there's far too many pages to collect. 20 would be fine. 25 is a bit fucking extensive, honestly. The 200 quills, they're fine, honestly. There's 5 worlds, 200 quills in each world. You only need like half of all the quills in the game to get everything with them that you can. So, you know, it's... The quills are fine, the pages are fine, the ghosts are hidden pretty well in many places, and they're all pretty unique. So, you know, the collectibles in this game are absolutely fantastic. I love them. I think they look great. I think that they're all placed great, and I think that they all are very effective in making you feel like you've done something great when you hunt down collectibles that are, you know, hidden really well. You know, not just collectibles that are out in the open like the quills I just picked up, you know, but hidden ghosts and platonic coins and the butterfly jewel things as well. You know, all of these collectibles, they're all great, and I absolutely love them. So I'm glad I could actually talk about that now, because I didn't talk about any of that like in my previous attempt at the commentary. So There is two things I'd like to mention, actually, now that we're at this point in the video, that I did talk about in the last video, and I reminded myself to talk about again, because I do want to talk about these two things. One was, I wanted to re-establish that in the previous episode, something I mentioned briefly, which was the phenomenon earlier, still this week, on Monday, where the sky turned yellow and the sun looked pinkish red, wasn't caused by sand from like any deserts or anything. It was actually caused by the wildfires in Europe. So I just wanted to elaborate on that and explain that, because in the previous video I said it was because of some Sahara sands or something. It's like, oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid sometimes. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, which I got really passionate about next to the other thing, which I'll talk about after. I never mentioned this in my Banjo-Kazooie LPs, and I wish I had, but I loved Banjo-Kazooie so much when I was a kid. And just bear with me here, I know I've said it many times over the years on this channel, but I loved Banjo-Kazooie so much when I was a kid. I was infatuated with it. I loved it so much, I drew up and wrote my own guides for Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, and I found them recently. And they're sitting on my shelf. I can't show any pictures or video, I don't think, but damn, like, they are amazing. Like, it's and I say amazing because the drawings aren't fantastic, and you know, the writing can sometimes be grammatically bad because I was like 11 when I wrote them, but they are like fully comprehensive guides with tips, tricks, hints, picture diagrams, everything. And every picture of every character and every world is wholly drawn by me. So I was so happy to find that, because like I thought I'd lost it years ago. So, you know, I just wanted to elaborate on that and say that. I also, as an extension to that I didn't say in my previous attempt at the commentary, I have something my brother made me, my brother Perry. He, back when he used to draw and paint on canvas, he actually drew me a special canvas with Banjo-Kazooie and Mumbo on it, with the Banjo-Kazooie title, and it's really beautiful. It's absolutely amazing, and I keep it out in the open. I wish I could put it on my wall, but oh my god, it like, every time I look at it, it fills me with pride, because my brother drew that for me. He took the time to make that for me because he knew how much I loved Banjo-Kazooie. You know, I might try to put some pictures in this video of that booklet and that portrait thing of Banjo-Kazooie as well. I'll try. I'll see what I can do, because this video is shorter today, as you can already tell. So, but the last thing that I'm going to talk about while I'm here in Gloomy Gem Grotto, because I've been in this place now for a while I've been going on about the Banjo guides. In the previous commentary, went on this huge rant, right? The whole time I was in Gloomy Gem Grotto, from the moment I walked into this place to the moment I left it, right? The whole part of that commentary I spent talking about how much I love caves, right? So I'll try to, in brief, describe how I felt, and try to keep it to a limited time here. Basically, I love video game caves, right? Because, especially like in Skyrim, for example, I felt the caves were absolutely magical. Whenever you went in one, it just felt magical to me, you know. It was one of my favourite parts of exploring the world of Skyrim. And any game that has caves in it always has this general idea of what a cave looks like and how big it might be and stuff. Now, obviously, we can assume that a cave like this one, if it existed in real life, would have a flaw. But for me personally, what I really love about this cave is the crystals all over the place, the coloured crystals, because recently I read an article about a cave that has tons of crystals in it. Like, it's made of crystals, and some of these crystals are like 5 times the size of a human being. And I love it. It looks beautiful to me personally. Like, I don't know if there's like a word for people who love that kind of thing, but I do love that kind of stuff. Caves are always interesting to me because it's like, it's a weird thing that nature has done over millions of years. It's not something that happened in hundreds of years. It's something that happened over millions and millions of years, with water making its way through rock and eroding it slowly but surely, and making huge caverns, you know, out of very tiny rivers through the rocks. You know, it's absolutely amazing to me. And I've been in a few caves here in Britain myself. I've seen a few caves, but you know, I would love personally to visit. I still can't remember the name of the cave. I should have looked it up, but because obviously I mentioned it in the previous commentary attempt. But there's a cave in Vietnam. I know it's in Vietnam. There's a cave which is considered to be the biggest cave in the world. I think it's like 3 miles from end to end. And it's sort of underneath these very treacherous mountains that no one can really traverse. So obviously this cave is very lucky to have an entrance and a place where people can get to it. Apparently though, it's still hard to get to, because the nearest civilized location to the entrance to this cave, which isn't even, you know, a civilized location, it's just a village, is about a mile hike away or something, maybe 2 miles. Also, that's the pirate treasure in this world that I just picked up. I just thought I'd mention that. But yeah, so you have to, like, you have to go with someone, with a group, go to this village, and then you have to hike from that village to the entrance to the cave, and you basically have to sleep in this cave while you're, you know, doing the exploration of this cave. And this cave has so many wonderful open cavernous areas that are pictured, and I absolutely fucking love it. There's one area which I love because it reminds me of a cave in Skyrim. It has an opening in the top, right, which can't really be reached because of the treacherous mountains around the area. But the actual hole has allowed nature to get inside. So trees and bushes and plant life, well, I should just say plant life and animal life have managed to thrive in this part of the cave. And it's a huge open cavern filled with basically a forest. And the hole in the top isn't huge. It's not a big, like, bowl type of opening. It's like a very enclosed fishbowl type of opening, where it's like a small circle cut out of the top like you would a pumpkin, you know what I mean? Because we're coming up to Halloween. So, you know, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to try to find the name of it and put it, like, on screen. But I want you guys to look it up if you're interested at all, because it is an absolutely beautiful cave. And I think people should know about it if they don't. So there you go. There's my very short explanation of my love of caves. And I think we're actually reaching the end of this video now, which is really, really interesting. I've managed to make more use of the time now that I failed my commentary yesterday and have retried it. So that's absolutely fantastic. I didn't talk about much that was going on in the video, but it's fine. I think I've talked about enough. I mean, it's all very basic what's going on video, so it's all good, don't worry. I talk about what I want to talk about, so it's all good. But we're coming up to the end of the video, so I'm going to say that I think the next video, if I remember rightly, I think the next video I actually end up going in the castle, like in the actual castle itself. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys then. Things are going well. Things are going very well. I'm liking this. I'm liking where we are. This is great. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye!